Managers have got a really tough job right now because team members want more autonomy than ever before. In fact, 1 in 2 employees is looking for another job right now. 1 in 2 of your team are looking for a job right now. And autonomy, the craving for autonomy, is one of the top reasons that's coming up for why people are leaving. But how do managers give their team that autonomy? How do you delegate work to them and let them get on with it with confidence and knowing that the quality isn't going to drop and the work isn't going to come back shit? You're going to have to redo it all. I'm Dan Crompton and I'm the author of Let Them Lead, Manage Less, Empower More. And I'm sharing these strategies because work has changed so much over the last few years and I don't think managers have had the chance to catch up. So if you want a team that has more autonomy, but to maintain the quality of the work that comes back, there is a secret to it. It's something called the Delegation Wobble. Because in delegation, there are 2 ways that you can delegate. The first way is support. This is where you're being supportive and nurturing and really involved in what you're delegating. The other way you can delegate is autonomy. And that's where you let your team just get on with it. If you're only in this zone, if you're only supporting, right, you're involved, you're setting expectations, you're looking at what they're doing, you're imparting knowledge, sharing how you might do it. If you're only in this zone, then how is that going to come across? You're going to be micromanaging. You're the opposite end of the scale from autonomy, and people are going to lose engagement. They're going to lose ownership of the work because you're really keeping the true ownership of it. However, if you go all the way to the other end of the scale into just autonomy, then you end up being a really hands-off manager. It's just like, right, get on with it, good luck, see you later. And more often than not, the work's going to come back crap and you're going to have to redo it, or it's just going to have to go out like that. So clearly neither of these in isolation works. What you need is a wobble between the two. You start with support. You start from an area of being involved, setting expectations, being really clear with your team what they need to do, asking them, coaching them, how do you think you're going to do it? How are you going to go about it? What's your plan of action? What's your approach? Talking them through it. And then you need to swing over to autonomy. Then you need to let them get on with it and say, right, off you go. Don't want to hear from you every 5 minutes. Go and figure it out. Go and work this stuff through. But you don't leave it there. It's called a wobble for a reason, and that's because you then have to wobble back to support. What that means is you've given some clear expectations. You've let someone get on with it in the autonomy zone. Then you circle back and you book in a meeting already at the point of delegating. You book in a meeting. Hey, let's catch up in a week's time to see how you're getting on, or let's catch up in 2 hours time or 3 weeks time, whatever the time frame is. But you put the support back into the diary at the point of delegating. What that means is they can bugger off and do it, but they know they've got that time with you where they can check in, where they can kind of get all their questions together, all the things they've got stuck on, which they try to figure out on their own, and they can bring that back to you at a later stage. It means you're going to get far fewer questions along the way because they know they've got that time with you. They've got the autonomy that people are craving, so you're going to keep people for longer. They're not going to be leaving jobs as often, and they're going to enjoy the work that they do much more if they've got that autonomy mixed in with the support. So that is the Delegation Wobble. Give it a go. And please let me know how you get on because I love seeing this stuff working in the real world. Good luck.